question was, what is the impact that gun violence has on the community and how can we put a stop to it? According to the Health and Daily News, gun violence actually affects the Black community more than it does the white community. It started to decrease life expectancy in 2015, so it's been spiraling down ever since, and then it was shortened by 905.2 days. And then according to Boston University, the study showed that Blacks were more likely to die by gun violence. So not only are they affected by it more, they die 3 times as much as white people do. And I found a story about a young man named Devontae. When Devontae was asked what he wanted for his birthday, he didn't ask for a big celebration. He only said he was glad that he made it to see 18 because that his other peers didn't have the same opportunity. Less than a week after his birthday, he was shot and killed due to gun violence. The Baltimore City Council that works on youth prevention with gun violence did a lot of speaking on Devontae's behalf because he was an advocate in his community, and he only made it to 18, but he did a lot of great work in Baltimore. So why is this an epidemic? Many people are back and forth with this debate. They think that guns make places safer, and they don't really think that gun violence is an issue. They think that the people behind gun violence is the issue. This is a widespread occurrence in a community. So just like an epidemic is when a disease hits the community. So like HIV, when it hit back in the day, that was considered an epidemic because it was affecting everybody. Drugs at one point, like meth and heroin, were considered an epidemic because it hit the community really hard, and that was something that they needed to pay attention to. Like infectious diseases, gun violence tends to cluster in a certain area once it gets started. So in Louisville, we've seen back to back to back that there's been lots of murders due to gun violence. That's an epidemic in that area. Also, it tends to cluster in social networks, so gang members, so people who do a lot of gang activity. And it was even found that children who play video games, such as Minecraft, or watch certain YouTubers or do certain things that they're not supposed to be doing, are more susceptible to using gun violence because on the game, their enemy, what do? They kill and shoot their target.
Minecraft doesn't have guns, they have bows. That's only fireable weapons.
So, fireable weapons cause violence.
It causes pain.
Yeah, but they only kill like zombies and skeletons and creepers, like the ones that you should kill, or else they're gonna kill you.
What do zombies look like? They're like people, right?
It's like green infected people.
Yeah. So what is that telling your mind? Like if somebody's on drugs or mentally ill, they kind of look infected. They kind of look scary looking. They might come at you like this. That's telling you that it's acceptable to use a bow and an arrow to shoot down somebody that's mentally ill.
The only creatures that aren't humans is creepers, spiders, cave spiders, endermites. I'm not sure what endermen are.
Mm-hmm.
But endermen are just like a dark, like all black slenderman without tentacles, and they can teleport.
That's training you to kill stuff. America's gun violence epidemic is made up of more high-profile social media events, so the media has been marketing on gun violence lately. And every 16 hours, a woman in America is shot and killed by a current or former intimate partner.
Wow.
So what is gun violence? Gun violence is a gun-related crime, usually committed with the use of a gun, so a firearm, any type of firearm, small firearm. Gun violence has a wide range. It ranges from school shootings, neighborhood crime, and police brutality. This affects everyone in many ways, and it's time to take a stand. We're gonna watch this clip below, and then you're gonna tell me some of your feelings afterwards. Actually, we're gonna skip the clip. It's not uploaded. So we'll go back. So what do you think gun violence is? You had to make your own definition.
Oh, okay. Gun violence is being harmed by a weapon such as a gun.
Threatened with?
Pistol whipped.
I think gun violence is people be just like someone with a gun is threatening or harming someone.
Yeah.
And just includes a gun, someone wielding a gun.
So someone using a gun as authority too.
Yes.
A meaning of taking over, you know.
Right.
Using it as power.
Well, you wanna get what you want.
Using his power and control.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, use that to control and power. Okay. So from what we've talked about, gun violence to us is when you're harmed by a weapon, which is normally a gun. When you're threatened by a weapon, sometimes someone using a gun to kind of control you or use it as power or authority over you. And then I think we have to acknowledge that you're not always killed due to gun violence. You just may be affected by it. So what is community?
The environment you live in.